Hello and welcome to the Video Gamer UK podcast. My name is Simon Miller. Today I'm joined by Stephen W. Burns.
Hello.
Jim Trinker.
Right.
And David Scammell.
I'm really excited, Miller.
You came straight and everyone else paused.
Yeah.
And everyone else had a little thing. That's good. I liked it. Why are you excited? What are you excited about?
That's a big week, isn't it?
Video Gamer VG Live on Thursday.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Before we do get going, we have a new sponsor this week, you'll be pleased to know, and we're sponsored by Vulcan. And Vulcan offers the largest prize pools in fantasy esports today, allowing gamers to support their favourite pro players and win hundreds of thousands in real money in each season. Interested players can sign up through vulcan.com/a/VideoGamer and use We Are VideoGamer as a promo code to gain special rewards. Right, onwards we go. Thursday is VG Live. Everyone's got their information now.
I haven't. I don't know where I'm going.
You do really, though, don't you? You say that like I get the fear.
It's just down the road, isn't it?
No.
McDonald's.
It's in Bethlehem. Well, you can go to McDonald's, yeah. It'd be nice.
I might bring a McDonald's.
It's in my garden.
It's at Oxford House.
Bring a pack of 48 chicken nuggets.
Everyone, you've all got information about there. Aim to get there for 10 to 6. We'll get you in that venue for 7 and then we'll have some fun. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll all go horribly wrong. But if it does, we learn.
It's going to be fine.
And it'll be fine.
I'm hearing things about earplugs.
Well, I wanted to mention this before we started as well, because someone messaged me today saying, and this isn't a diss at all, it was just not the response I was expecting. I said, you may want to bring some earplugs, because my band is quite heavy, it's quite a small venue, the sound's probably going to reverberate everywhere. Someone said, I'm medically not allowed to wear earplugs, so what do you suggest? And my suggestion is you leave the room.
Is this for the part when we start talking?
No, I think it's my band plays. Or maybe, yeah, if you don't want to hear us, you can just put some earplugs on. But it's only going to be a short thing. Like I say, I don't think... And you know what? Honestly, if we start playing it's too loud, we'll just stop. That's the best thing. It's a Video Gamer event. We can do whatever we want. If something doesn't work, we'll stop. We'll go off in a different direction.
Go to the pub.
Or we can go to there are a lot of pubs in the area. That's the other thing. There will be small snacks that we'll give out to you. But in terms of drinks, you're going to have to go... you can bring some water if you want. But you're going to have to go thirsty for a couple of hours. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, like I went to the BAFTAs with Jim and we sat down and we were like, right, we're at the BAFTAs now. We've got our tuxedos on. We'll probably have a few drinks and watch... No drinks while you're sitting down and the thing. Apart from some guy from fucking ITV who's in the front row, he was presenting an award and then he came out with a couple of sneaky Peronis.
Was it Lorraine Kelly?
What? No, it wasn't Lorraine Kelly.
Look, I would say to everyone, bring a bottle of water. That's the best thing you can do. No one's going to stop you doing that. We would love to offer drinks, but just because we don't have the facilities to do so at this one.
We don't have a license.
But there will be more Video Gamer Live events, and once we've learned from this one, then the next one will be bigger and better and have drinks.
Oh, this is a classic sequel chat, Miller.
Exactly.
Oh, the first one was shite. We know that.
No, not shite. Definitely not shite. It can't be shite. I put in too much. I start to feel for him now. I put a lot of time and effort into this, and then people shit all over it. They don't understand I got feelings. Anyway.
That's going to be great. I'm really excited.
Real feelings for real men.
I'm really excited.
Exactly.
Miller, we have not said thank you for all this. You put loads of work into this.
I appreciate it. It's okay. I just want it to be good. That's why I get worried about it and touchy, because if it's not good, I'll be sad. Because I want it to be good. I want everyone to walk away going, man, that was a swell time at VG Live.
But I'm going to be dead by Thursday night.
Well, is it going to be... I think it'll be quite... Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just want it to be good. And if not, it doesn't matter. Because I say, spin things positively. It's how we learn. And VG Live 2 will be better. Look, I'm learning now. I'm well up with the game devs.
Yep. I think the real wild card is Dave, though, isn't it?
The wild card?
You don't know what Dave's going to do.
He could streak. Who knows?
This is exactly what I'm thinking.
He can do whatever he wants.
That's the least
people are going to walk out of that event.
There's no laws. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, there are, though.
So, yeah, head on down for about 6:50. And like I say, we'll get the live podcast going around about 7:30. And there will be prizes to give away and all that nonsense. And
really? Wow.
Yeah, there's prizes.
Exciting.
There's one massive prize as
Is
well.
there?
That's not my penis. That's what it sounded like.
Wow. Wow.
There's one
It's
massive.
Dave's.
Yeah, it's Dave's. But you'll find out more about that when you get there. Right. Games that we've been playing. I think we're about to do a whole round table where the games that people have been playing aren't the biggest, but that's all right. Small games are cool.
I play GTA 5 a lot.
All right, you can start there. GTA 5. The game that's been out now for... When did it come out? Originally.
2 years.
How damn terrifying, isn't it? September 2013. So yeah, almost 2 years ago.
But
on PC, right?
Yeah.
Classic.
In Normovision. And I've been playing it as essentially a glimpse into the future. So I play as Michael, and I've got the trainer on, so I can just like spawn loads of shit and have infinite money and that.
A glimpse into your future?
Yeah. As a bored, entitled fucking white man. And so what I do, I've got a whole routine. go swimming in the mornings.
So you actually role play it?
I get in my Range Rover, I drive around to Chateau Marmont and have a little a swim.
He took me to Chateau Marmont, by the way.
In GTA or in real life?
Bar
real
Marmont,
life.
Dave.
Bar Marmont,
We couldn't
whatever.
get into Chateau Marmont. We're not cool
Why
enough.
not?
Because
All
we're
right.
not cool enough.
Big boy.
Yeah. And then I drive around up Mulholland and stuff, and I find somewhere to hide with a massively high-powered sniper rifle, and I just shoot someone.
Which is what you'll be doing in 20 years' time.
Sometimes it's people as they drive past in their cars.
Yeah.
Sometimes I pull over to like rural gas stations and like hide in the mountains and just like kill people who are talking to each other. Just one of them though, so the one can like tell the story.
Scarred for life.
Yeah, you know. Then I get back in my amazing Range Rover. Because I'm so far away, the police don't ever know. I drive back into Beverly Hills and I just go back to bed and then I just repeat that.
Okay.
Sometimes I go for a run.
All right. That's good. You do this daily? You took your girlfriend out for a spin the other day, right?
Yeah,
Did that? You talking about that earlier as well? She wasn't that impressed.
Lydia and I were going to go to LA and like the whole West Coast on holiday. And I thought, you know what? Fuck Los
that.
Angeles. So, because after I went with Dave, not that it was Dave's fault, but it's just getting worse. It's a war zone now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, we're not going, but this is how good GTA is. I can literally drive you around in this game and just, I can show you where things actually are in relationship. Okay. And that sounds really fucking shite. But at the same time, she was like, oh, like, don't you need to put the GPS on? I was like, no, I played this game a lot. But things are where, you know, it's obviously a lot smaller size, but things are where they are. Like, you can go up Sunset Boulevard and you can go, well, yeah, I had a takeaway in there. And then I was drunk and I jumped over the railing and didn't realise it was that high.
And you can get close to the Hollywood sign. Can't do that in real life.
You can climb up the Hollywood sign.
Yeah, not allowed to touch it.
You can. So I did that. That's what I've been playing. And obviously Pez. Obviously.
Yeah. Steve Burns' GTA Adventures.
Oh, man, it's great.
More story next week, right?
Exactly.
Classic.
It's the same story.
Okay.
Except I might get caught this time.
Anything else other than Pez?
I played some Pez. I've been playing...
You know there is one more, Burns, that I also
Oh, of course.
played.
Yeah, let's start there.
Yeah.
Well, not starting at all. 8 minutes in, but let's start there with a game that everyone is talking
Godzilla.
about. Yeah. Well, I was going Devil's Third. But you can do
Oh,
either
right.
one.
I'll tell you what, I'll do
Well,
Godzilla, and
pick
then
one.
Dave can lead in on Devil's
Do
Third.
both.
There
Do
you
it.
go.
Do a companion piece because they're both piles of shit. So you can talk about Godzilla and Devil's Third. Which one is worst?
Godzilla is a lot worse. I mean, it's just... When you play as Godzilla in a game, you want to be able to roll into town, Tokyo, wherever, just kick the fuck out of it. You don't want your knees to clatter against a skyscraper and it to just look like it's trying to fall over, but not.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm meant to be the most powerful being on the planet, but I'm not. And to turn Godzilla, instead of using the right stick, you have to use L1 and R1, like a helicopter in GTA. And he's so slow. Now, I know, listen, Godzilla's not going to be doing the 100-meter dash anytime soon. But it doesn't feel powerful. It just feels drunk. It just, you know, I think...
You described it as a piss cow, and it's the best comparison.
A piss
Imagine
cow?
a pissed cow
Perfect.
trying to walk through
All
a
over
skate
the place.
park. It's a pissed cow has escaped into a skate park and it's trying to get out and it can't. It's hitting stuff.
This sounds like a new indie game, that does.
Shit, pissed cow.
There you go.
Shit, don't actually stop
late.
this. I'm on the
Shit
way
piss
out.
cow the game.
But Dave borrowed it because Dave's got a bit of a thing for terrible video games.
I really do.
And I think he thought that maybe I was not over egging it because I had written about it. I'm not a stunt reviewer, but thinking, oh,
I know what that means.
maybe I will find some fun in this. And then, Dave.
It's awful. I mean, I can't really add anything beyond saying.
Are we
it is
talking 1
beyond-
out of 10? Like, is it
Close.
Yeah,
Really?
we're approaching
Really
it.
close.
There's just nothing to it, though, is there?
No.
And I found it funny that I went back and I read, honestly, who's been talking about this game? Because it is really bad. And a couple of weeks before release, it was like the brand manager or the product manager or something has been speaking to an industry magazine, and they described the modes, and they got them wrong. And I'm like, they got the name of the modes wrong, and they got what you do in them wrong. And I'm like, if you don't give a shit about your game,
Why should
then
I?
why is anyone? How's anyone else? But
It's really grey as well, isn't it? I only saw
it
it play
really
for a
is.
few minutes, but there's no colour. Just no
Yeah.
colour
it
whatsoever.
looks appalling. I know, looks on everything or whatever, but it doesn't have anything. It's just so bad. And it'd be a bad £15 download, but it's like 45 quid.
And
full price.
you just walk around smashing buildings, right?
You fight other monsters.
Oh, okay.
The thing, you want a Godzilla game to be amazing. Like, you don't go into it thinking, it's going to be a pile of crap. Like, you really want a good Godzilla game.
I can't-
And it just can't.
I would like the Evolve engine to have done that maybe, rather than Evolve, which I'm so bored with now. I think they probably could have done.
What is
something
going on
else.
with Evolve?
Yeah.
Well,
Dead
so
on
that's
its arse,
another-
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's dead.
But it's not as... Sorry. Devil's Third is not anywhere near as bad as it. Now, we've taken a bit of blowback
You
for...
can see it all on the right to reply.
Exactly.
On VideoGamer TV.
For our thoughts on Devil's Third. But if you actually watch the video, and I know people on the internet are thick as fuck and they never actually really, like look at things or read things or remember things, there are points in that video where we either just don't say a lot and let the game speak for itself, or I think Dave and I spend a lot of time going, at one point I'm going to buy the game for £4.
On a relative scale.
There is something about, there's no denying there is something about Devil's Third, and I'm not sure whether it's just crap, but kind of enjoyable. You want to see what happens next.
Yeah.
But it's not in any way objectively a good game.
No.
But there is something to it, in something a little along the lines of so bad it's good.
Whereas Godzilla doesn't have that, does it? Godzilla's just terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And Devil's Third, Itagaki, I mean, going on.
It's like 80s movie shit.
Yeah.
But in a video game.
It's like a Steven Seagal movie.
But I like Steven Seagal, but again, for the wrong reasons, though. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, but is it Under Siege or Nico?
well,
That's the thing.
actually, I probably prefer the one of those that you don't think is. You're going to say Under Siege is the better one?
Oh yeah, of course.
Shy, mate.
So now we've got a whole new argument to
Is
try and sort
Nico
out.
the one that was also called Above the Law? Is it the one?
Isn't Above the Law a different film?
Is Nico the one with the senator? I'm going to take you to the banks.
What a segue.
The bloodbath.
Devil's Third has taken us into Seagal movies.
Now, in the cutscenes, it does have like an element of that. Like you start in Guantanamo Bay.
It does actually have Steven Seagal.
In it, yeah.
That's the
But
one.
He's well cheap.
Yeah.
He fucking will be the one these days.
Seagal?
No, he's doing well. I reckon
Yeah, I
he's
think it still costs you 6 figures to get Seagal
Oh,
on board.
yeah.
Doesn't he play his guitar these days?
Yeah, he's got a weird, like, folk band.
He's got energy drinks as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, so
And
yeah, he's doing all right. You've got to pay some money to get him in there.
He's got a whole wig collection.
A wig color? He's lost his hair.
He's got more hair now than he did in his debut movie.
But is it wigs or is it the Madge?
Right. No, it's definitely a wig. I
All
mean,
right, I'll
because
check
it
it out.
changes from movie to movie. Like in Under Siege, and I just watched Above the Law, and you got no hair. It's like really thin,
Yeah.
and now it's like like flowing and all that, and you're like, it never moves. Yeah, I mean, it's a wig. But Devil's Third,
There's definitely something about it. It has my curiosity.
Yeah.
Even though it is a bad game.
But would you spend £40 on it?
No, absolutely
Right,
not.
okay.
But
I spend 4. That's my upper limit. 4.
the thing is, the copy that we've got in the office, I would quite happily sit there and play through the rest of it. But I'd never buy it. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's the problem.
I want to see what happens. I want to see how much crap it can throw at us.
Yeah.
And what it does.
It gets worse
and-
though. I've seen Tom play it, and there's a vehicle section in it, which Itagaki's actually quite lucky at the moment, I feel, because he's engaging with fans or someone purporting to be him on his
smart.
Facebook page.
That gets people back
I
in
think
him.
it is him.
But he's engaging, and he's going, it's the player's skill that determines whether it looks good. Trust me, mate. If we were showing that vehicle section, you don't have a fucking leg to stand on. It is the shittest bit of game I've
Let's go
seen
do it. Let's go do it right now.
Right, so when you're driving the vehicle, you're going. The level in Call of Duty 2, the cliffhanger level at the end.
No.
I don't forgotten it.
Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, right,
where
yeah,
you,
Right.
you have to escape on the
Jet ski, jet bike.
the ski-doo things. Imagine that, but with none of the budget. And you're on the back of this armored car, and you've got a big gun. And when you turn, his arm stretches round rather than
Like Stretch
actually
Armstrong.
animate. Yeah, his arm just goes and goes through the gun, and then you're like, dead.
That is bad.
Absolutely dead. And I've seen some of the other boss fights, just rubbish. So
It's no surprise, though, is it? I mean, they were talking about it a year before THQ died. And THQ died in 2013.
It's been in development for like 6.
So that's, yes. I mean,
Like-
that's way too long. You start getting into Duke Nukem territories then. When all of a
Yeah,
sudden
I mean,
it's
it's
like...
across like 3 engines or something.
That's it. And how can
you?
you ever... I bet if it came out on maybe the 360, but then it looks just bad. Maybe even on a 360 it would look terrible. Because, I mean, the Wii U essentially is a 360, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. It never had a chance in hell as soon as those problems started happening.
the problem with it is people are backing it to the hill, and they haven't played it. We fucking played it. It's not like we were just podcasting about it. they can see it being played, and it's not a game which has a system where, like a style system, where
Like
you
Ninja
chain together.
Gaiden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
none of that. You just run around. It's the Call of Duty with a bit of melee, and
It really is.
yeah,
It really-
and a bad
It
one
really
at
is.
that. And
With a bit of melee.
you know, all the fans are like, "Oh, well, these guys don't know how to play it," and I know why, because Itagaki's got an amazing cult of personality, to put it one way, and people want his games to be good because he's made a stone cold fucking classic before, and the guys are, Ninja Gaiden. But this is crap. This is Francis Coppola Jack crap. Do you know what I mean? You can't just go, well, of course Francis Coppola can't make a bad movie. He made Apocalypse Now. It's like, yeah, but that was fucking years ago when he had loads more money.
Did he make Jack?
He made Jack.
I didn't know that was him. Maybe I did, and I deliberately got rid of my brain. He made Jack.
He made Jack.
I find the whole PC thing really weird, though.
It's coming out on PC, right? Even though it's a Nintendo game.
That-
Well,
Robin Williams.
only the multiplayer side of it, as far as I'm
Fuck,
aware.
I was thinking, what the fuck is Jack? And then it just hit me.
Everyone's forgotten Jack.
Jack is the bad movie.
I mean,
Don't watch
forgotten,
it.
repressed.
Go watch
obviously.
Aladdin instead.
So yeah, by the sound of it, they're teaming up with other publishers to bring the multiplayer game to PC.
Just the
Like,
multiplayer.
yes, yeah.
Bizarre.
So it launched in August, the end of August, on Wii U. Then in September, the multiplayer mode is coming to PC. So like, what? I've seen a lot of comments going, "Oh, we're not here for the story, here for the multiplayer, so it's going to be great." Because Itagaki keeps saying, "Oh, multiplayer's going to be amazing, whatever." But you're rolling it out on a different. I don't know.
Oh, excuse
wow!
me. What was that?
Wow!
That came from nowhere. That was me going to react shockily, and I just burped.
Nobody
Going to keep it in.
Nobody can
Yeah.
see us, though. You could have totally blamed someone else for that. You could have
No,
blamed birds.
they started laughing. Oh, you're right. I could have blamed it on someone else. I would never do such a thing.
Jim, God,
I just don't get it. I just don't. The whole thing seems like a big mess. Is it true that Nintendo aren't going to publish it in
no,
America?
they are.
They are going to.
There was a rumor,
America.
but they are now.
They'll still make money off of it. That probably cost them nothing to buy that. Handshake and a bag of crisps. Cheers, Itagaki. Off you go. Well, who else is going to do it?
I just find the whole thing weird. Like he's coming out and saying, "Oh, the gamepad is, not basically suggesting it's not so good for this game." It's like,
oh, so they're going at it now as well. Then you're getting Nintendo and Itagaki throwing things. at
it
each
just
other.
sounds like both sides are just. It's getting a bit messy.
The whole thing.
If I was Nintendo, I'd be like, "Excuse me."
Shut the fuck up.
We-
Saved your video game.
the whole thing feels like a cancelled project that you'd see on like Unseen 64
Yeah.
years down the line. And he'd be like, "Oh, Itagaki started working on a third-person Call of
But then
Duty."
rightly gave it
But
up.
then, and then you'd see like some gameplay videos, and like, nah. I mean, of course. But somehow it's waddled through to release, mainly in an alpha state.
And from Nintendo.
From Nintendo.
I don't get it. Well,
Fucked it.
when's it out?
28th of August.
So
4 days after Vince's birthday.
damn right. Unless they can do something incredible in the next 5 weeks.
And about 3 days before Metal Gear Solid 5.
that day. Well, see you, Devil's Third. Thanks for coming. Jim, what have you been playing?
Alpha Bear.
Alpha Bear!
What is Alpha Bear?
Alpha Bear has been annoying the absolute fuck out of me for weeks before I actually played it. 'Cause
Why?
It's one of these games that has, like, whenever you finish a level, there's a massive share button. It's a phone game.
Oh, I've seen
Oh,
this.
right, it's
Everyone
iOS.
keeps tweeting pictures of bloody bear with random words in it.
Yeah, yeah. So I kept seeing these Alpha Bears, and marketing works. So I kept seeing people tweet these fucking Alpha Bear irritating things.
So you went and
I'm
bought
like,
Alpha Bear.
why is everyone moaning about fucking minions? All I can see is Alpha Bears. But so I was like, what is Alpha Bear? And I research. I was like, that sounds fun. I'll download it.
Is it like Naughty Bear?
And within a day, I'd tweeted my own Alpha Bear pics.
Well done.
What do you
Jim.
do in Alpha Bear?
Right. What you do in Alpha Bear, it's like Scrabble for wankers.
Better name.
You actually, it's nothing like Scrabble. It's difficult. It's slightly probably sounds slightly involved when you spell it out, but it's actually really simple. So what you have, the word game is a grid of letters, and you select letters to make words, and you get points. And that's the basics of it. But within that, every letter when it appears on your boards, like has a number, has a score, and it's not how much the letter is worth; it's how long the letter is going to last. So every turn, your letters lose a point. So you'll have halfway through a game, you'll have a load of letters on the grid that are like that you have to use, otherwise they're going to turn into rocks on the next turn, right?
No,
And
but
that
keep going.
stops you making your bear big.
Oi, oi.
The bear sounds like it's been
It is
ham-fisted in a
Alpha
little
Bear
bit.
is fucking impossible to explain. I'm
Right.
slowly finding out without. It's really simple when you play it, but like putting it into words like so.
How much did it cost?
It's free to play.
Right.
It's
Of course it is.
Jinx.
obviously full of in-game purchases, but it's not too bad in terms of the free to play stuff. You know, you don't. It doesn't really gouge. It's certainly not the worst I've seen. But there's something really fun. There's something really compelling about it, and really, the design of it is really nice. So you collect as you go through the game. You collect different kinds of bears. So what happens is.
Shit, what's happening?
I feel like Jim's entered an alternative universe.
Difficult to explain.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
It's difficult. Can you imagine? Right? Imagine.
A bear and some rocks.
Imagine a bear, right? Okay, so, right, you got a grid, you got a load of letters. Every time you make a word out of letters, you clear those letters from the board.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
In the space left
Is rocks.
grows a bear.
Oh, a bear.
So there's a bear, right? And the aim and the way you get all the high scores and get all the big points is to make the bears as big as possible.
Jim, what is going on?
You've got to manage. What you've got to manage is, you've got to make sure that you use the letters that are about to die, about to turn into rocks, because that'll impede the growth of your bear. And you've got to,
Silent.
Does this game have any shooting?
I've just realised I've spent the last 4 days playing this, and all
You
these
have no
rules
idea
have
what
just
it is.
embedded themselves as concepts and
But
ideas.
surely
in my head.
that's
I've
praise
ne-
to the game.
I've never had to put them into words before.
No,
Now I'm finding it really difficult.
Is it good? Let's look at. I guess if you play for 4 days,
It's
it must
really
have some
good.
kind of.
It is really, really good.
Yeah.
You make your bears big, and you make words.
What's the sharing bit? So you make a big bear, then you can share it on Twitter. And go, look how big my bear
Or
is.
when you finish the game, the bear, the bear that you've selected, because different
No,
bears.
I'm going to download it. I've
Do
got
it
to
now.
put
Get
it
it
down.
now.
I've got
You
to
select
see
it.
it, otherwise.
But the thing is, you've probably done more for this game now in this past 5. Everyone's downloading Alpha Bear right now.
You select right. You can select different bears that have different that add different sort of
Taunts.
buffs and things to the
Right.
to the round.
Yep.
So you can have bears that add a percentage to your final score, or make certain letters appear more frequently.
It's kind of
or-
like Scrabble and a card game.
it's sort of like the inverse of Scrabble.
Yeah, with card game elements.
Yeah,
So you can place a
I
card
suppose,
which adds.
I suppose, yeah.
All right.
It's. I've never had to put it into words. I thought I'd be
It's
better at
okay. I
doing
mean, you're
it.
obviously enjoying it. You're obviously a big fan of Alpha
It's
Bear.
fucking weird. Alpha Bear is really good, but when you finish a level, you get one of the bears pops up with a speech bubble, and they make a sentence out of 2 or 3 of the words that you made in the level.
Give us more money.
And sometimes you get really good ones. Like I think the first one I tweeted, because I was determined. I was like, I'm not going to tweet any of these fucking things because they've been annoying the shit out of me for weeks. But then I had one. Where I think the bear said something about penile dysfunction, and I was like, there you go.
You've done it, Alpha Bear. Penises. Well, there you go.
It's really good. It is genuinely really good.
Well, I would say that 50% of the people listening to this are now downloading Alpha Bear
I gave
out
them-
of sheer intrigue.
I played it for a bit, and I liked it so much, I gave them £4.
Wow. There you go. Free-to-play game got you.
Yeah,
Wow.
App
£4
Store's down,
for
Jim.
it's £4 for infinite honey. And
What
you-
does that do?
You need honey. You need honey to
Make
to
your
play,
bear big.
to play levels.
Right.
You need honey to make your bear big.
You also get bear coins.
£4 for infant. I can get behind that. I think that's not too bad.
£4, cheaper than my
okay.
lunch
I
today.
said that I'd paid £4 for infinite honey, and Gav Murphy was like, "Mate, you're a dad. Like, you've got no business buying anything called infinite honey on a fucking phone game." Like, this is true.
Yeah, buy real life infinite honey.
But it was only $3.99. So
There you go. Anything else other than Alpha Bear?
I've only been playing Alphabet.
Well, look at that. What a rigging endorsement for Jamie Trinker. I
That's-
never call you Jamie. I found that weird.
I know.
That was a bit
I
odd. I
thought
don't know
you
why I
said
did
Jeremy for a moment. I
that.
was very
Oh, we're not
confused.
even talking about. I didn't tell you, did I?
It's a bit formal.
No, go on. This is going to be good.
Right, so I got my passport renewed.
Yes.
And we had a big conversation in
This
the
is
office
amazing.
Yes.
because last time they fucked up my passport. They snuck an extra E into my middle name, which is Jeremy, right? And we had a big chat about, well, is it going to be a problem if I don't put it on the form again? Because they may look at it and go,
Miller, you have to write down what your name is.
So I took out the E. I took it out. My passport comes back. The E is back.
That's amazing.
Why do I keep putting an E in my fucking name? It doesn't exist. I didn't write there first time, and now it's back.
Clearly, they just cross-referenced it and thought, this guy's an idiot. He can't spell his own name.
Surely you should say something to someone.
I can't now. It's back.
Just say, look, it's incorrect.
It's not
this
Michael
isn't me.
Myers.
Passport is
It's a
back.
rogue E
I just
stalking
read it.
you.
I need to fucking find my passport, don't I?
You got 2 weeks, Jim.
I always
That's
put
why I
mine in
can't
one
do
of the
anything.
drawers.
I don't want to risk it because the Gamescom's
that's
coming
true.
up, and
Yeah.
I'm just glad it's back. But now for another 10 years, that is, I got to be Jeremy, or whatever it would be, Jeremy. Anyway,
All right, hold on. Sorry, Mel, that was a bit forward, wasn't
you
it?
can do whatever you want.
Should do a shout out as well to Sir Charles Cecil and Jim Sterling.
He's
not-
being on.
I was going to do that in the
Burns,
segue,
he's
but
not
for-
a sir.
oh.
We went over this in the office the other day.
Listen, I fucking roomed with him.
He's got an MBE.
I
he's
roomed
not-
with him. He was very good friends with the old man Gower.
yeah, Cecil and Sterling pop up in this week's Miller Report if you want to go check that out on VideoGamer TV as well.
No, it's
Good
both-
kids.
Both very good.
Dave, you playing anything else other than Devil's Third? And,
Besides shite games.
or just in general? You can
Yeah,
talk
no,
whatever you
I've been
want.
playing a wonderful little game. In fact, I finished it. I started it when it first came out. Tearaway. It's really good.
On PS
On Vita.
yeah.
It's Media Molecule. Shut up, Jim. It is the best game Media Molecule's ever made.
Wow.
And they haven't made many.
Yeah, that was not high praise. I don't like the other games.
But
Not made many good ones.
Oh.
But when you think about like gimmicky controls, you think of like motion control and all that sort of shite. And it's all right at first, maybe for half an hour, whatever, and then done with it. Whereas this, really, really good. They integrated really well. And like, this is going to sound really wanky, but like,
All their games are wanky, though. That
yeah,
is
but
the
like
truth.
the use of the camera and the way that it integrates your face as the sun is kind of, I don't know, it feels quite powerful in a way.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, powerful. And it has one of the best endings I've ever seen. And I keep saying that at the moment. Batman did the same thing. Far Cry
Looking
did the same
forward to
thing.
Dreams.
No. Well, I'm intrigued by Dreams, but I can't say I'm looking forward to it. The whole creation side of it, of Media Molecule's games, I'm not really that bothered about.
Yeah.
Really, it's not for
I'm not
me.
that.
And I think
That is their USP, though, really.
but Tearaway does it really well. Like when they're like, oh, because you can put like textures and stuff onto squirrels and stuff like that, and you can make like snowflakes. So like,
What games are you fuckers talking about?
Yeah, but like you
What
just
a load of bollocks.
when
Where's
it-
the guns?
Yeah, but when it says right, draw a snowflake, like you just draw a cock, don't you? And then it's cocks falling from the sky instead of snow. Do you know what I mean?
Is that
It's
why
things
you like
that.
it?
It's things like that where you're like, yeah, actually, this
from
is
your-
quite cool.
Straight from your
Instant
imagination.
10 out of 10.
Quite cold cocks falling from the sky like snow.
It's
My
like, oh,
dreams.
you need a badge to put on yourself. It's like, all right, pair of
Cock
balls.
Cock.
Wonderful.
This is why you liked it, isn't it? Because your game is just you just walk around and it's
But at the end,
it's
like,
a universe of polygonal fucking cock and balls is everywhere.
this is it's a minor spoiler, but at the end it sort of does a recap of your story through the game and things you've created. It's just a montage of
Penises.
dick. It's like,
Wait,
yeah.
when you say the ending is good, because I always assumed
Yeah.
those games would just finish. I mean, is it like a story type thing, or is it like?
Because it does the recap and it sort of leads you back through the story that
Right.
you've told. It does it very well, and you sort of walk. You can't say too much, obviously, without giving it away.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no, they wrap it up really well for what it could have done.
I'm really looking forward to the amount of cocks and balls that are going to be in that dream.
Honestly,
Oh, so many.
the
That's
PS4 game I'm really excited for now. Really excited for.
Just so you can draw some more cocks and
I'm
balls.
just going to draw a
You know,
bit.
because
Are they
they
making-
said everyone's dreams are like interconnected in one big kind of
Just
dream.
a flying cock comes through all of them.
You just get you're just going to walk around and look at dicks, and it's basically going to be Snapchat but prettier. So
I imagine
real
they'll
life.
have some sort of protection.
Are they
Why?
making?
So to speak.
We're all- it's not Nintendo. We're all adults.
Are they making Terraria 2? I made that up. I thought they were making Terraria 2.
Terra Unfolded, which
That's
is like
right.
the PS4 version
Yeah,
of
yeah.
PS game. But that's
You-
out in September. That's
Would you be intrigued to play that? You feel like
definitely?
you
No,
you
I'll
wanna
play it.
more?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I'm going to play that. Can't wait to get my dick
I'm
on.
not going to fucking play any of it.
I've never played any of Tearaway, but you're not the first person to speak so highly of it. Another
It's just an
person I
amazing
respect
3D
is saying-
platformer. It's probably the best beta game.
No,
Probably
that's not
Is it
saying
better
much
than
either.
Call of Duty Declassified?
100%.
They loved all those games for a while, didn't they? What was the Killzone one? Liberation. Yeah. Bring
How's
back
the
Metal Gear
PSP
Acid.
one, Liberation?
Oh, was it
that was
PSP?
quite good. The twin stick one.
I think I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm dissing it. I think I enjoyed it.
Is it Killzone Mercenaries?
That's
Twin
the one
stick,
I'm thinking.
top down.
How
You know
can
what I
you
mean?
do twin sticks on
Yeah,
PSP?
Top down, not twin stick.
Think
You know what I
fucking
mean?
think
man.
about it.
Yeah, I flipped it, didn't I?
Anything else? Was that it? Tearaway.
Bit of Tomb Raider. I'm replaying Tomb Raider.
See, Every time someone mentions Tomb Raider, especially with a new one coming out at the end of the year, I get a bit excited. I quite like Tomb Raider. I think, did you play it? It's really good.
What, new Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Of course I played it.
It's fantastic.
I played it on my fucking PC, which I just bought at the time
about
Tomb
to tell
Raider
my
came
phone.
out, and I fucking flicked on all the hair shit and all of that. I was like, great. You run around. Well, the thing I can't
You raid
get
some tombs.
Nah, I think there are no tombs in that Tomb Raider game,
about
firstly.
4.
True that.
And I can't get past the whole, there's a big story in this one. It's about Lara, and she comes, she's adrift in a wilderness, and then she has to learn how to survive. No, she doesn't learn how to survive. Bad things happen, and then she kills everyone.
Look, the story is terrible. I'm not going to argue with that. The story and the
Cut the
characters
fucking
are fucking
shit.
awful.
Cut all the violence and just let me wander around.
That bit with the
Climbing.
Glaswegian guy's good, though, isn't it?
Remind me.
No, the little Glaswegian bloke.
It's just
Grim, was that his name?
Isn't it? Is that bit when they're up a
It looked-
thing?
it
And they
nice.
slit his
Loads of
throat, and
Russians.
he's like, "Oh, that's nothing. I was born in Glasgow," or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Is that why you like it,
He's
Jim?
like,
Little
I've
reference.
had my throat slashed once a week since I was 6.
Who's the 2 people that have a love story that you read through letters once they're dead?
That's the Glaswegian guy.
That's it. That is fucking terrible. That is Glaswegian. GCSE nonsense. That. But it's good. I like it.
And it
loved
still
how
looks
she
really nice. I'm
slashed
playing
my
on-
throat in the first week.
I'm playing it on PS4, and it still looks really nice.
Yeah,
Like, it looks,
I remember it
I think it
looking
looks
good.
better than some PS4 games do.
Shut
But,
down.
yeah.
No, I like to. I'm a big fan. I honestly, again, I may be going a bit far, but I think in a weird way, if you want to buy an Xbox One, that's a reason to push you over the edge. The new one. That's how much I like those games.
I'm looking forward to it. It's a bit rough around the edges.
My
at
problem
points, but
is
it's
that yeah.
good game.
My problem is that my starting point is not wanting to buy an Xbox One.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Yeah.
You have to want to buy one first.
I'll play it. I'll give it a little go on the Xbox One in the office, and then when I'm finished, I'll kick that machine and walk out the door.
It's
Alright.
obviously coming to PS4 though.
Yeah.
I think it will come out
It's-
middle of next
It's going to come
summertime
to
next
Mega
year. I
Drive.
imagine.
Someone's going to demake it.
PSX.
It's not like it's GTA. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like I have to be the day one. Like it's great. It's a great pull for Microsoft to have Tomb Raider there.
What's
at
coming out of
Christmas.
this year? I think I'd probably get one to play through Christmas. What else would I want to play? Metal Gear, maybe.
The thing is that Microsoft.
Metal Gear Solid is going to be so fucking good. So good. I'm playing it very soon. Oh,
At that point, Miller, we all know that you're going to play Gears of War Ultimate
Oh yeah, that's out
and
next month.
nothing else
That's out next
for
flipping
about
month.
10 years.
Yeah.
I think Microsoft way overestimated, what Sony had coming this year. Because when you think of their
Yeah.
lineup for Christmas, they got some big hits. They got Halo, Tomb Raider, Forza. Anything else? Got some other stuff. Sony got nothing. Uncharted, Nathan Drake collection. Really, No Man's Sky maybe.
And only
Sony
one of
got
those
all the
games is any
multiplats,
good.
didn't they?
Obviously, but they obviously had Tomb Raider to go up against Uncharted 4, whereas now they didn't necessarily need that. So,
I think it'll still serve them well though.
oh no, it will. But whether it was as essential as maybe
Yeah.
they thought it would be last year,
I tell you what, I can't wait for the Gears Ultimate strapline.
What do you mean?
We
real-
all know what it's going to be.
a
don't
real
we?
game for real men.
Oh, that one. All right. See, I thought you meant the actual one on the actual game
No, not
for
that.
actual men,
No.
the actual war. The
it's
actual
going to
guns.
be a loving update of one of last generation's finest games.
Yeah.
That's-
We made the awards for Gamescom today.
Did we?
There
Did you
may-
do the
there
Steve
may
Burns
be,
Memorial Award? Because I won't be there.
We can do. They're not sent yet. We did. But we got the real.
Just
war
have
there.
one of those
Spoiler.
and hand it out to one of my enemies. Some guys at EA or something, I don't know.
All right.
Gears of War set the gold standard for cover-based shooting.
Do you remember the Good Luck with Your Mobile one, and then the studio folded?
Well,
I mean,
the award killed that, didn't it? So not good luck with your mobile
Oh,
because you
dear.
died.
I can't wait to give it the awards this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be good.
I was dreading it last year because they were all a bit rude, but this year we're all in character.
I was going to say, have you not read the awards this year?
Oh no, they're rude.
They're
this year,
definitely
but,
one
you know.
of them is going to be the hardest thing we've ever given out. That's not said for hyperbole. I genuinely think it's the most difficult one we've ever given out.
Just fucking twat them with it.
The hardest,
Throw it at a duck.
the hardest one before this was the Kevin Spacey Award to EA. That was really hard.
Yeah.
They were not happy about that. They
Were
were
they
really
not?
mad. Oh no.
EA weren't happy.
No, we found it on the floor later on that day. They just got
How dare they? That is it.
anyway. I've been
probably,
playing all the.
Doc Martin that kicked it off the wall.
Didn't like it. I've been playing all the PS Plus games this week.
As usual.
Rocket League.
Well, Rocket League is good. We don't need to talk about Rocket League because we put that to bed last week.
Yeah, and
it's a
I'm
good
amazed
game.
at it.
I like it.
It
Burns
is the
good
best
at it.
game ever made.
The best game ever made, it says Jim Trinker.
Is it fuck?
But they fucking put Entwined on there. Which is a game about two lines that fall in love.
It's the Notebook too.
But it's absolutely bollocks.
I played a little bit of it, and I have
so
to agree.
boring.
It's
Like,
total
just
shit.
a blue line and a red. It's like the Milky Way advert from years ago. Shit. It's absolutely terrible.
They're not, it's meant to be a bird and a fish that fall in love.
It's two lines.
Yeah.
It's two lines that fall in love. That is the game. That's what entwined
They're
is.
mortal enemies, though, birds and fish.
Not in
Yeah.
this game, they're not. See, it's toying with Mother
Plus
Nature as
the
well.
It's
No.
quite a pretty game, isn't it?
The
Do you not
shagging's
think?
gonna be
I mean, it's not as
impractical,
pretty as you'd
yeah.
hope it would be, but it's got that sort of
They're going
that
for
odd. I don't know.
they're going for the journey type of thing,
Yeah.
right? And it just, I mean, we'll touch on it
Almost
now
like
quickly.
Rez or something like that.
Yeah, but Rez was about the music and stuff
Yeah.
as well. This is literally like, oh, love me line. It's terrible. I hate it. I really hate it. It really bothers me.
It's not very good.
It's just
It
not a
also
good
has
game.
like frame rate hiccups all the time. And
How can it's 2 lines?
Usually, just before you need to get through like this is because I did a video on it ages ago.
Yeah.
Remember when they dropped it at E3? Was it
Yeah.
Gamescom or E3?
It was
It's
E3.
one of them, yeah.
I played it. I was just like, this is abysmal. I was saying it out loud, and there was a Sony guy right behind me. I was like, right, mate.
Yeah.
True facts.
But
It's probably about 100 of them listening right
I remember
now.
doing a video on it when they dropped
Hello.
it, or about a week later or something. And the thing I kept finding was that the frame rate stuttering was so happened at such inopportune moments because like there are lots of bits in it where it is like a little bit twitchy because you have to sort of get your lines into like specific gaps and whatever. But there would always be the frame rate hiccup right before you had to do a really tight maneuver, and it would just fuck it for you.
You sure that's not a feature?
Yeah. It's just
a very
bad.
badly designed
It's
game.
just terrible. And I played, I forgot the name of it again, Mousecraft,
Mousecraft.
which is made by Curve, who made the Swapper. I presume
Right.
it's the same studio.
Well, they do just publish those as well, don't they?
Okay, so maybe but it's just a shame. That's why I got excited about it. And it's like Lemmings meets. I had it the other day. What the hell was it? It was basically a Lemmings clone. It's not. It's
That means
okay.
it's Krusty Super Funhouse.
Yeah, just that. There was something else they released as well, which was after the. I think it got Rain on PS3. You should get that. That's really good.
Yeah,
You've
but who's
still got-
playing PS3
That's the
anymore?
thing. If you've still got your PS3 not
Lol.
Rain,
to
it's
be honest,
flipping amazing, and
I
everyone
re-
dissed it at the time.
I was really, I really enjoyed the first couple of hours of Rain, but I got it not long before I got my PS4,
Yeah.
and I don't think I've turned my PS3 on since.
It is the most wanky game you'll ever play. It's like the boy was a puddle and he listened to classical music. But it's brilliant. It's just one of those games
Is that a line?
pretty much, yeah. And
They need to offer
streaming.
streaming through PS
That's
Now.
a Dan
for
Brown novel.
PS3, PS Plus games.
It's
You've got.
annoying when you see that list. You know, I'd
Yeah.
like to play that one,
Yeah.
but I can't. But anyway, all this just meant I went back and played more Rogue Legacy. I started Rogue Legacy on New Game Plus. Best pass the pad game ever, you know? Play it with my girlfriend, sit there, pass it, die. Brilliant.
Really?
Absolutely
Rogue
brilliant game.
Legacy, really?
So good. It's
Best
such
past
a
the
good
pad
game.
game is Party Pez.
Well, I never played Party Pez though, so I can't comment on it. I'm not saying that it's not, but from my own experience.
Trust me, we'll do a video on Party Pez. It's amazing.
Okay, all right.
Is it drinking?
Yeah,
Oh man, copious amounts.
every
from what I
time.
hear.
Yeah,
No, I can't take part.
Best drinking game is the drinking game of Pop-Up Pirate.
Okay.
Oh, I did. Were you
A
tweeting
fri-
about
a
this the
fri-
other
what is
day?
this
friend-
mad
This is
fucking
what-
Scottish shit
A
going on?
friend of mine
Alphabet.
told us about it once, where it's like you play Pop-Up Pirate. You're a Pop-Up Pirate, right? You
Yeah,
have to-
yeah.
have to
No
hold-
idea what you're talking about.
You have to hold your eye over the pirate as you put your sword in. And if you get hit in the eye by the pirate, you have to drink rum.
Should I point out VideoGamer does not advise that you
Yeah.
play.
Do not-
Party
do not
Pop-Up
play
The,
Pirate.
this game.
the original rule specified a pint of rum, and I'm like, that
What
would
if you
kill
get
people.
a fucking scratch in your cornea?
That's what I mean. That's why we
On
don't
your
support
Juan
it.
cornea?
Like, I mean, Scotland's quite
Red
dark,
Cornea.
so it doesn't matter.
There you go. Scotland doesn't need
There's nothing
eyesight
to do in
because
Scotland,
it's
is
quite
there?
dark.
There's been nothing to do since I
Greg's.
left.
Greg's. Plenty of Greg's in Scotland. We chat about that.
This is the one observation. Simon went to Glasgow, came back, and I was like, "How was Glasgow? How'd you like it?" A lot of Greg's.
There was so many great. Like every
That was the
three,
major
it's like
observation.
Starbucks in it's San Francisco. Yeah, in San Francisco, it's just like crazy. So many Greg's. No problem with that. Just
Jim,
surprised.
I don't get it.
Did you see that the Loch Ness Monster isn't real? Did you see that? No, they had it the other day. It was breaking news. Hang on, let me find it.
That's breaking news.
The Loch
Where?
Ness, the Loch Ness Monster may just be a catfish.
It's still May though. Still May. They're not sure.
Yeah.
Still a May.
Although, I'm not quitting, says Hunter of Loch Ness Monster.
You've got to do what you did in The Simpsons. You've got to drain it. You've
This
got to
is my job.
Drain the lake. All right.
Pretty big.
Who wants to answer some questions?
Me.
If we must.
Remember that we're sponsored this week by Vulcan.com, which is all about fantasy esports. Right, Burns, this is aimed at you. It's not, it's aimed at everyone, but I want to start with you because I want you to tie it into your feature you wrote about Shane. I almost called it Shane Mewey.
Shane Mewey.
Shane Mewey 3. It's two people. Ben Syme said, should Shenmue 3 even bother trying to cater for a new audience? To which Camilla also said, Shenmue is going to result in blood, tears and broken streams. Who do you think people will blame for when it's a catastrophe? Now, you basically touched on this a little bit in the thing you wrote for VideoGamer.com, so I thought you could start, because you're now pretty much of the mind. You've mentioned it before on the podcast that Shenmue 3 is going to be a big disappointment.
Well, I don't understand people. Okay, I don't understand people, just in general. Let's just start there. So, Shenmue 2 to play now seems like a game that's really out of time. Like, it's almost a paradoxical thing where it is almost a glimpse of the future of games, where you can go into any shop, you can speak to anyone, literally anyone, and they will take you places, they will give you information. It's not necessarily an open world, but it's fairly like semi-open, and it's incredibly dense. And there's a bit later on in the game where you have to find someone in a high-rise building, and you can go into pretty much every room. So, and there's loads of things, the way you interact with the world, the way the player is absorbed into the world is amazing. You actually get into the rhythm of it and you're not just tearing around it, you're actually moving through it. And there's no distance really between you and Rio. You're after your father's killer, you're a stranger in a strange land, you're trying to work out the best way to go about it. That's not going to fucking fly.
2015.
Yeah, so it made $6.3 million at Kickstarter. Great. $6.3 million, what's it going to get you? So let's presume that $6.3 million isn't the sum total of the capital invested by crowdfunding or other people. Let's say that is going to be used as a base, like Bloodstain, and maybe scale. Maybe we don't. This is another thing, we don't know a lot about how it's being funded. But let's say someone's going to go, right, you can have X million based on the millions that you raise here. So how's he going to? So that's then got to sell to another audience. And if the Shenmue audience has already put money in, then they may buy it again. They may have only put X in. Doesn't guarantee them like the whole game or whatever. But then they've got to sell it to two different audiences. People who want to play the game, to pick it up on a shelf or digitally and think this is a big hyped release, I want to play it. And then the people who have wanted it for nearly 16 years. So, but how do you balance that? Because the people who've wanted it for 16 years will want it to be like Shenmue and Shenmue 2. They want it to be slow, they want it to be rhythmic, they want it to have Virtua Fighters combat, they want you to walk around and have to get a job and drive a forklift and find out what's going on with Landy and the Chiyu men and blah, blah, blah. And other people are going to be like, I've not got a fucking clue what's going on here.
And
I'm in a village, there's a little girl next to me, someone's dad's dead.
But even that first group, I think, has been split now because they're looking at it thinking, I've been waiting for this for 16 years. That is what I want. And there's the other half going, I've been waiting for this for 16 years. That isn't what I want.
Yeah.
So it's like
and
divisions within divisions.
I want it to work. I really, really love the franchise. I really do. But at the same time, Yu Suzuki is obviously a much better game designer than I am, apart from the Killinea. And I'm just wondering, how's he going to make it work? What was the last game that Yu Suzuki produced? You know, the one that he was really involved in. Like, he had a production role on Outrun 2, I think. And a couple of games that, are really good. But was he the guy leading it? Was he the guy doing this, that, and the other? You know what? I don't know of his involvement but in those titles. But now I just wonder how he must be terrified now. Yeah. Or I would be. Okay, so we got the money. Some of the money. It needed Star Citizen cash, basically.
What's that, like 50 mil?
More, like, isn't it like...
Oh, it's like 70 million.
Yeah.
70 mil, okay.
And then, because I can't see what people loved about Shenmue being retained. Because what people love about it, I think they misremember it. I think that most of the appeal of the game is just walking around really slowly. Like,
and that's not going to fly in 2015.
And I don't know how with an audience that they want to then sell it to. So, worst case scenario is, I think, that they make it like Shenmue. They'd probably be more like the original, like smaller, more kind of provincial or whatever, not just Hong Kong. And then it'd be like, okay, well, now that's not sold, and this won't be the last one. So now you're in the same boat, but this one's probably not as good as the other two. Where's the win? Where's the net win here? I would have left it. But Yu Suzuki, he has been, very forthright on how he feels about the game, about how the chapters are broken down, about how he feels it should go, what he's been wanting to build for years. So maybe, I hope this is right, he just smashes it, and at the end it says, "Get fucked, Steve Burns," in the credits. I'm like, great,
I think that's one of the tiers. Tell Steve Burns
$10,000.
$10,000. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I think the way the campaign was handled perhaps hindered it a little bit. I think a lot of people were excited for it, but then There's still a lot of questions unanswered, like what you were saying there. Where's the funding coming from beyond what's in Kickstarter? And none of the assets they put out really inspired that much confidence, I don't think. I know it's really early, and so nothing is going to look final. But those trailers weren't particularly
and already there
high
are
quality.
You know what, Dave? You're absolutely right when you said about the split. Because as a Shenmue fan, when I saw the new version of Ryo, I was like, that's not him. And my brain just went, that's not him.
I know. He says he's not happy with that either, though. Like, that will be tweaked. And that's what I say. When there's early... Should he have put that out? I don't know. It felt like they kept putting stuff out.
It looked very budget, didn't it?
Exactly. And they kept adding new tiers. And it got to that point where it started to feel a bit desperate. It's like you really, really want this money, but you're not doing anything. What you're actually doing is kind of damaging it, for me, maybe a little bit. Like.
I don't know about the financial situation of his studio or anything like that, but I would have been tempted to actually have a demo of it. To be like, okay, this is pretty much...
show it being played.
Or a show reel of it, and not just that weird wank Firefly stuff.
Did anyone actually back it?
Well, I didn't back it.
No.
I backed it, but I think I backed it...
For how much, if you don't mind saying?
$60, physical PS4.
Right, yeah.
I think I backed it just to be a part of that slice of... Shenmue 3 is finally happening. Do you know what I mean? And I wanted to be part of that history. That sounds wanky as well, but do you know what I mean?
I was watching baseball, Dave, as you know.
And, yeah, and I want to be there day one or whatever. But I'm not. I haven't backed it thinking Shenmue 3 is going to be incredible, which is a shame because you should be thinking that. Really,
I'm surprised it topped out at 6 million. Maybe I'm.
Is that higher or lower than?
I thought it would be higher than that. I thought it would get to a double figures.
I thought it would get
about
higher.
10.
Yeah,
because it was 2 million he wanted. Huge surge, then it did seem to die in the last sort of couple of weeks. Maybe that's always what happens.
It did break records on Kickstarter, but
I don't know. Given the reaction at the time, I thought double figures.
I think people had time
feeling.
to think. I think that because the original the reveal at Sony's E3 conference was total shock and awe, and there was immediate buzz, and the Kickstarter site went down because so many people were just rushing to throw their money at it.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff kept coming out, a few weeks later, where people sat down and thought, "Oh, what's actually happening here? Like, are Sony involved?
They must be.
Do they
you
have
can't make a game for $6 million.
Oh yeah, I think anyone with any sense of how much video games cost to make knows that. But the general public, I mean,
But are the general public Shenmue fans? This is the divisions with which...
Just to clarify, when I say video game, I mean a video game of Shenmue size. Yeah. I get people going, you could make a game for less than $6 million. Yes, you could. I meant what
I mean, the original game cost about fucking $50. And that was in $1999.
I just think that in some ways it's kind of a similar... It's a similar sort of headspace it's occupying as No Man's Sky. People have just had too much time to think about it now. And they've gone, hang on a fucking minute, this is going to be shite.
Wow.
So should have announced the Dreamcast version.
Can you imagine? Everyone dusts them off. All right.
That would have worked.
We'll move on.
I was going to say though, I'm absolutely convinced they're gonna bring out some kind of HD re-release of the first two.
Those are finished, aren't they? Allegedly.
Allegedly, that was the rumor, wasn't it?
Well, and did some of the profits then go to the funding of Shenmue 3? Well, Sega take them all?
Like, I think they'll do a double fine, and that they shat out that Grim Fandango re-release to fund.
Literally, I heard as well.
But so Sega own that, not Yu Suzuki.
Yeah. So has he clarified?
He's licensed.
Right.
So Sega have licensed it.
So Sega basically win-win.
Yeah.
They can't lose.
Okay.
We'll move on from Shenmue 3. And we're going to go to Mike Norris, who wants to talk about Superman games.
Wow.
Specifically, do you have any thoughts on the rumour that it's Warner Brothers Montreal working on a super game as opposed to Rocksteady
Best
themselves?
Superman game is our Superman game, Miller.
What, throw a planet and then... No, wait, the one we talked about the other day?
It's the one where you have to actually use your morality rather than...
Yeah, it's the way to do it.
So anytime you use your fucking eye vision and you miss... bang an entire building, people just die. You're like, shit, you got to think about using...
That's
Superman's thing, right? Not in Man of Steel, but in a lot of them, he's always struggling with his powers. You fucking love Superman. That's how it should be. I've thrown a car, I've missed with the car. Oh, this not gone very well.
I said this years ago on a podcast, not too dissimilar to this, that it should be, if Superman wants to fly up to space and chuck a planet, he can chuck a planet. Then he has to go get the planet, because obviously ruin the gravitational pull of things around that planet and the human race. But the problem with all Superman games has been he's had a health bar. Like in EA's last attempt, his health palm was the city. And when the city was enough destroyed, Superman died. Like, what does that even mean? It doesn't make any sense. I think the problem with Warner Brothers Montreal working on it is they're not as innovative or original as Rocksteady. And that's the problem. So I presume that Warner Brothers Montreal crap out, that's not fair, but release a standard video game. Whereas I think if Rocksteady did it, they would come up with something original, unique, and exciting that may work. Otherwise, I've got no problem with Warner Bros. Montreal doing it. I just don't think whoever takes on Superman has to do what Rocksteady did with Batman. Mm-hmm. The last game before Batman Arkham Asylum was Rise of Tintsu or Sintsu, whatever the hell it's called. I think I'm right. There's probably some, but it was crap, basically. So you have to rewrite the rule book. Are Warner Bros. Montreal strong enough to do that? I don't know. But I don't think they are.
Then would you have thought that the guys who made Urban Chaos Riot Response...
Yeah.
Which I actually quite enjoyed. That was one of the last games I ever played on my...
That's a fair point. But that was still a unique idea that they came up with themselves. Whereas the only work I've got to judge Warner Brothers Montreal on is doing something pretty good with somebody else's idea. As far as I know, they've made nothing new. Is that right? Warner Brothers Montreal have never released brand new content.
Not sure.
Okay. So that's my only thing.
They're quite new, aren't they, I think?
I do think we need a Superman game, though. Now's the time. Got to bring it back. Got to get it working.
There's a stigma attached to it, though, isn't there? When you think Superman video games, you always think they're crap.
Because they are.
No, I know, but would anyone sort of have the balls to...
I think you'd have to do it like Arkham Asylum did it.
I mean, it has to be amazing. It has to be amazing, or that's it. Yeah. No one would buy it at all.
I think as well that you can get away a lot with the Superman game if you make the flying really good. Much like Spider-Man 2 way back in the day. Yeah, Ace Combat mechanics. Spider-Man 2 way back in the day got away because the swinging felt so good. A big part of Arkham Asylum was when you glided, not the right word, but you felt really good. If you can make the flying feel really good and satisfying, I think you're halfway there.
GTA's feels amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You put the flight mode cheat on and invincibility, you just fly around the city like, shit, this is
give it to Rockstar.
Brilliant.
Everyone can answer this. I don't think we have. Ahmed says, have we heard anything about Resident Evil 7?
Nope.
No, every time I talk to Capcom about it, they're like, ooh, what? Resident Evil 7?
It's happening.
Of course it's happening. It's going to make fucking hench dollar.
I stand by the fact that 7 will go. It'll be the first one, not the first one, but the first one in canon. Not canon. You know what I mean. That gets rid of a number. It won't have Resident 7 on it. It's my gut feeling.
Yeah.
The thing is, they have so many of those already, those sub-franchises, or the sub-series of Resident Evil games. Would they risk it?
That would actually make it more confusing. I still think they get
rid
of it.
They need something that keeps it, in line with the
rest
of the main series.
They'll make it continuity,
Make it German.
Yeah.
What's 7 in German? Fünf?
Sieben.
No. Sieben. There you go. Resident Evil Sieben.
I mean, it would be that in German.
We don't call it 7 over there. Confuse everyone. Paul Yates. It's been over 18 months since their release. Are next-gen consoles as next-gen as we hoped? It's an interesting question. Do you feel
in
like...
In what sense? Visually or...
I think in all senses. He's added it. How's that? Back of the net. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. I think we're getting... I think games like Batman, The Witcher... And The Order, and if you're going to look at visual power, make me look at it and go, you could never have done that on...
They are all more of the same, though, aren't they?
No one's released... I'm going to say this and then regret it, but I don't think anyone's released a game that makes you go, wow, what a fantastic new gen. This is so different and unique and real. Yeah, PES 2015. Oculus Rift and Morpheus may do that.
I don't feel like there's any particular genre that's really shone on...
MGS5 is going to smash it.
Like, last gen...
I'm telling you.
Sort of
we'll see.
First-person shooters and third-person shooters, they really took off, I think. They really nailed the mechanics. And I don't think there's any genre on next gen that's managed to do that yet.
Open world stuff's been pretty good.
Maybe open world, but it does feel like bigger than it was before. There's nothing like,
I would argue maybe I would say just the leap from, the Xbox and PS2 to this one isn't as big. Simple as that. Because they're always going to become shorter and shorter.
I haven't been as impressed by either of them as I hoped it would be.
No. That's true.
My friend's got my PS4.
Why?
I think I left it at his house.
Oh, not
I just
really
play on
the
my PC.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Just play on beast mode, don't I?
And it's just, bring out old good. The best PS4 games are old PS3 games.
Yep, that is true.
No.
It's true, though, isn't it?
PS4 games are fucking Witcher 3.
No.
Yeah, Morrowind 2.
Last of Us and GTA 5, isn't it?
That's all right. They won't listen this far in. It's fine. Alex Hinton-Smith, favourite ever sports game? Go on, Burns.
PES 2013 / PES 6. They're tied.
What would I give? That's a good question. Best favourite ever sports game? I guess International Superstar Soccer 64.
Absolute bollocks.
That's the one I played the most. They're not now, but that's the one I played the most at the time. There's just been FIFA shit, which I enjoy, but it's not greatest ever.
We're going to have a little go. You'll be like, you're going to puke. You'll be like, oh my life, I don't know.
Rocket League.
Shut up, Jim.
Track and field. Or the Bigs 2. Do you ever play the Bigs 2?
Yeah,
No.
it's a good game. He's
a good
right,
game.
it was a good game.
Let's play it.
Maybe Track Meet.
It's not the best sports game, but it was
It's good
good.
though. Do you remember Track Meet on the Game Boy?
Track meet.
Track Meet. That's fantastic.
Hold on, was that one we had to do?
Track Meet.
No. Did it have like an RPG element to it?
Oh, I can't
Or like
remember
a story mode? One of those games had a story
I don't
mode.
think so. You had to fight different stereotypes, insulting stereotypes in each event. So I think the hurdles was an American, strong lifting competition was Russian, all that kind of stuff.
Oh.
It was really good.
That wasn't the one I was
Offensive,
thinking
but good.
of. That wasn't the one, sorry.
We've kind of done this, but I'll read it only. Brett Claxton, is there any chance Devil's Third will be so bad it's good? You've kind of said that's the case.
No.
Shite, I don't know.
John Hunt, is it worth playing Hitman day one since the game won't be finished at launch and they're trying to hide gameplay of it? Ooh.
Are they trying to hide the gameplay?
I thought they just released that stuff leaked the other day and it looked really good.
That alpha footage, regardless of how they probably should have been aware that footage would get out, is clearly alpha. I mean, it's got a massive thing written across the front that says these assets are not cleared to be seen by anyone who's not signed an NDA.
I still thought it looked pretty good.
I
like the format they're I like that stuff.
It's gonna be good, and if it's not, I'll fucking kill them.
Well,
So
you're Hitman, then.
listen to that, boys.
It'll be good. They just got a messaging problem at the moment.
Yes,
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way to put it.
You're
They
right.
need
Dave.
to say what's coming day one. As simple as that. And I'm worried that the reason they're not saying it is because it's relatively little.
Three areas.
I mean, that is a genuine concern of mine.
I'd still buy it though. If I know more stuff's coming, I'm not. I don't know. I think I'm in the minority with this.
They need to cut. It's just Dirt Rally.
Yeah.
It's that model, but they're not. For some reason, they're not accepting that it is an early access game, and I think they kind of need to because it is. I mean, it might be polished, it might be ready, but it just doesn't have the content there day one.
Yeah, you'll get it as the weeks go on. If they say 3 and you get 1 per week, it won't be that. But I'd
Oh
be
no, it's
fine
not
with
that
it.
at all.
No, I know.
It's a tough ask asking full price for stuff that's not there. Do you know what I mean?
I'll pay it. That's one of the few franchises I care
but
about.
then people buy bloody season
But that's
passes,
what
and
I'm
that's all
thinking.
shite.
They bought DayZ when it wasn't done. So why
Yeah,
can't I
so-
buy
Yeah,
Hitman
but
when
it
it's only
was
got 3
amazing.
maps? Well, yeah, that's what I mean. There you go. That's my
Could be
point. So
amazing.
why can't Hitman
Exactly.
be amazing? Damien, any chance of more video podcasts? Yes. Amelia Vileblood. I don't think that's your real name. What game? Oh my gosh! What game do you like? Fucking hell, Miller. What game do you like without being able to describe why, or hate
Alpha
if
Bear.
that suits you more? Yeah, that's actually the perfect question. Alpha Bear.
Bear.
It's like she knew. She
Okay,
knew you were going to talk
never
about
mind
it.
describing why I like. I can't even describe it.
Fish asks, imagine his name was Fish, do you guys think the future of gaming truly lies in mobile games? I hope not. Think big companies will move on from PC console? I think it's never going to happen now. You just manufacture it into your pattern, like EA, making all the dollar on Simpsons tapped out,
It
whatever
doesn't
it's
have
called.
to be one or the other.
No.
I think it's like what was that thing that happened in the late 90s, early 2000s, like the .com bubble?
.com boom.
9/11.
Is that what it's called?
The boom.
Oh, Jim. I think it's that. Like everyone's going to jump on it. It's going to be flooded. There's going to be no interest, and everyone's just going to go under. Wasn't it? There was a. Is it Gree? Is that their name?
I remember Gree.
No, they're a big mobile company, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
And
Fucking hell.
didn't they like make 40% of their staff redundant yesterday or
Yeah,
something?
they did. As always, it always happens. They boom and then they fall. Apart from King, who will make money till the day we all die.
I think that'll keep happening, and I think eventually people will go, actually, no.
Fuck it. Dave, this is for you.
Is it?
Now, this question's been asked to you before, but I always enjoy it. So I put it in there again.
Brilliant.
Joe Edwards says, do you have any dating advice?
Oh, my goodness. Don't be weird.
It's good
And
advice.
that's tough for me, because sometimes I can be weird.
Surely you should just be yourself, though. So
Yeah,
if you are a
absolutely.
bit weird, you should be a bit weird.
I saw the best thing on Twitter the other day, and it was like, the best relationship is one where you don't realise you're in a relationship.
Yeah, very nice.
And you're just comfortable around each other, and you can just talk about whatever.
Is-
Walk around in the nude, not give a shit.
Carry a
Right.
loaded firearm is my advice. Make sure it's on show on the date as well. When you say, don't worry, I'll get the check. Don't put it in your inside
Glock.
pocket. Make sure you've got a dedicated holster, because otherwise it won't work.
You've done this before,
Open it
Burns.
up, pow, reach in, pull out an Aspinall wallet, and then just leave it that little beat so they can see the fucking Glock you've got there.
I
Pop it
watched
back in.
about 5 minutes of Judge Geordie last night.
Judge Geordie?
Judge
That's not
Geordie.
Judy.
No, it's that woman who was in Geordie Shore. I don't know her name.
Oh, I keep seeing adverts for this.
And
I need to watch
the
this.
guy on it said he broke up with his girlfriend because she said she'd only been to Nando's twice, but she'd actually been 3 times.
Wow.
So I was like, there's some advice for you. Don't lie about how many times you've been to Nando's.
He could have just checked the fucking card, right?
Exactly. Maybe that's what he did.
Don't get to the point where you take each other for granted. You know, you've got to keep throwing surprises every now and then. Not bad ones.
Like a gun.
Good ones. Nice.
Here's a willy in the face.
Right. We're moving on.
Well, Henry VIII. There was something you tweeted yesterday. All I could think of was Henry VIII.
Oh, Henry VIII.
And his manky willy.
I've been thinking about a lot about Henry VIII. Can you imagine it, Bo? Can you imagine, what his, was like?
No, I don't want
He's
to.
just a promiscuous man.
Miller, move on before this gets bad.
Wasn't actually that promiscuous, really.
Yeah, a lot of wives.
Very, very prudish.
I'm just going to talk. Friend of Video Gamer, Sean Daniels says, has a game ever made you ill, e.g. sick, migraines, or even physical injury?
Yes. Drive Club.
What'd you get?
Drive Club.
It made me feel really sick. Like there was a level in the DLC, the weather DLC, and all the snow came rushing towards it. It looked like you were driving through like a vortex.
Well, actually made you feel a bit off.
It made me feel like really seasick.
Wow.
Motion
Incredible.
sickness. I never felt that.
What was the FPS that they said there was too much bobbing and it made everyone feel sick? What was that?
Don't know.
It was a very specific one that came out a few years ago. Anyway.
Didn't they have to add a dot to Mirror's Edge? Because
really?
without something to focus on in the middle, it made people a little bit motion
I
sick.
don't remember that, but it could sound about right. Any physical injury? You ever done anything maybe with a Wii or something where you knackered yourself?
I went to a preview event for Elder Scrolls Online and Wolfenstein, both of which are pretty much sledged.
Yeah.
And it was at this country manor, and maybe sensing that I didn't like the games, they served me salmon in the morning, and they gave me food poisoning.
I guess that counts.
What game was that?
When I fucking spewed everywhere and a bit of unbloody digested salmon came shooting out, like that when Mr. Burns goes to fucking eat the fish. He goes, yeah, it definitely an injury.
Okay, I don't know if you'll answer this, but I put it in there because it made me laugh. Anarchy Forever says, what does the W stand for in Stephen W. Burns?
Wanker.
There we go, thank you very much. And finally, Tom Murray. I shouldn't have put this in there, but of course I did. Who's going to win at SummerSlam between Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker? It's a very good question. I don't know the answer. I'm not a big fan of that angle, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense to me. But if Brock Lesnar wins and The Undertaker beats him at next year's Mania, I'm all right with it.
Wow.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say on it. All right, that's it. That's the end of the Video Gamer UK podcast.
Good, 'cause I need a wee.
Next time you hear from us, you'll be watching
That's
us
it.
live.
Again, if you are coming on Thursday, you should have all the information. You can drop me an email. If not, you should have that as well, because I will have emailed you at one point in the past. Just chuck me a line. Any problems or anything, we can sort it out. I may not get back to you straight away, but I will get back to you. Don't worry. Some people panic. It's like, okay, you're getting an email. It's all good.
It's
Don't
fine.
worry.
Have I got a ticket, Miller? I don't want to turn up and not got a ticket.
You're just on stage. You're just going to be sat there.
What if we get there,
gonna be
Miller, and you
arriving
go,
with
nah?
What if we're not on the list?
And you're like, nah, mate. No, I mean,
Imagine you weren't. Who are you? You can just go in. You're fine. Don't worry about it. You can also all hide backstage if you want.
Can we?
And then come out like
Not come
proper
out so-
superstars. Like, that's right. Now it's my time.
I mean, we're getting into wanker territory here, aren't we?
We already are. We're doing a live event.
People are looking at the curtain being like, is that?
There is a curtain. There is also a big screen that I'm going to try and get
Is
a
there?
photo
We're gonna put
slideshow
Devil's
done
Third on
for.
it.
I'm going to try, but the
There's a wee
technical
lump in
things
that
are...
curtain. Is that Dave?
the technical... anyway, we'll do it. Hopefully it'll be fun. Hope you have a good time. We'll see what happens. That's all we can do.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting everyone.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Everyone seems to be really nice. Someone is honoured that they're coming to our event. So thanks to that guy. He's
Wow.
honoured that
Yeah,
he's
that's
come.
Prince Philip.
Yeah. I just remember this week we were sponsored by Vulcan, and Vulcan offers the largest prize pools in fantasy esports today. So go along to vulcan.com/a/VideoGamer. Whack in We Are Video Gamer as your promo code, and you can start betting on fantasy sports like you Ladbrokes or Coral or
Yeah, it's
Betfred.
It's big business, especially in the US.
Paddy Power, they got a good Twitter.
Why? I've never been to Paddy Power's Twitter.
No, I'm out. Dave, you carry on. I got a wee.
I've got
Okay.
to go too, Burns.
All right.
Hang on, can we go together?
Well,
Let's go.
before you go, if
Yeah.
you're a video, no, you could go. That's fine. If
I'm
you're a
just gonna
video
have a piss
gamer
right now.
community club member,
love you
hang
all.
about. Your special bit is coming up.
I've
Thank
got me
you very
willy
much
out
for-
already.
Thank you very much for
Gonna
downloading
record
us.
your special bit.
I've
in
been
the
Simon
urinal.
Miller. Steve Burns gone to the toilet. Jim Trinker's still here,
Burns, hang on.
Bye.
and Dave is about to go to the loo.
Ah.